In Islam, the family is the bedrock of society. It is the first institution Allah established. The bond of marriage is called in the Quran, a heavy, solemn covenant. This is not a light term, it's the same kind of language used for the covenants taken from prophets, so you can see how seriously Allah takes marriage. It's meant to be a source of tranquility, mercy, and love. The goal is to build a life together, to raise righteous children, and to find peace in one another. Islam provides a massive amount of guidance on how to nurture this relationship, how to be a good husband, and how to be a good wife. The emphasis is always on forgiveness, patience, and mutual respect. This is the ideal we are all striving for. But we live in a real world, not a perfect one. People are flawed. We make mistakes, we have shortcomings, and sometimes two people are just not compatible. Sometimes a relationship becomes toxic. It can be filled with harm, abuse, or constant conflict that drains the life out of everyone involved, including the children. Islam is a practical religion. It gives us high ideals to aim for, but it also provides realistic solutions for when things go wrong. It acknowledges that forcing two people to stay in a miserable, harmful marriage is not a healthy solution. In such cases, a dignified exit is more merciful than a lifetime of suffering. So, while marriage is cherished, divorce is recognized as a necessary provision for impossible situations. Think of it like an emergency exit on an airplane. No one gets on a plane hoping to use the emergency exit. You hope you never, ever have to think about it. The flight is supposed to be smooth, taking you from one point to another safely. The entire design of the plane is for a successful journey. But what if there's a fire? What if the cabin loses pressure? The emergency exit is a mercy in that moment. It's a way out of a disaster. Divorce in Islam is like that. It's not the goal of the journey. It's not something to be taken lightly. But its existence is a profound act of compassion from Allah for situations that have become unbearable and destructive. So we see this beautiful balance. On one hand, there is a tremendous emphasis on preserving the marriage. The Quran and the teachings of the Prophet, peace be upon him, are filled with advice on reconciliation, communication, and seeking help. Couples are urged to try everything possible to fix their problems. On the other hand, Islam does not chain people to misery. It doesn't say, you made this commitment, so now you must suffer in it forever, no matter what. It provides a responsible, structured, and dignified way to end the union when it has truly broken down. This balance protects the sanctity of marriage by encouraging effort, while also protecting the individuals from irreparable harm. When a marriage is on the brink of collapse, Islam doesn't just say, okay, you're done. It lays out a clear process. This process is designed to be slow, deliberate, and to give both parties multiple chances to reconsider. It starts with internal efforts. The Quran advises a husband, if he fears disobedience from his wife, to first advise her, then to separate from her in bed, and as a last resort, to take a light disciplinary action that is not harmful or abusive. Similarly, if a wife fears ill conduct from her husband, she is encouraged to seek reconciliation. The first step is always to try and solve the problem between yourselves. This isn't about winning an argument, it's about saving a family. If internal efforts fail, the next step is to bring in outside help. The Quran suggests appointing an arbiter from his family and an arbiter from her family. This is brilliant. These are people who know the couple, who love them, and who have their best interests at heart. Their job isn't to take sides. Their job is to find a path to reconciliation. If they both desire reconciliation, Allah will cause it to occur between them. Notice the condition. If the couple genuinely wants to fix things, Allah will help them. This step forces the problem out into the open, in a controlled, supportive environment, moving it beyond just the husband and wife's emotional turmoil. If even arbitration fails and the decision to separate is made, the process of divorce itself has steps. A husband can pronounce a divorce, but it is not an instant, irreversible event. This is a common misconception. The first and second pronouncements of divorce are revocable. This means that after the husband says, "I divorce you," a waiting period, known as the RAs, begins. This period typically lasts for about 3 menstrual cycles for the wife. During this time, the couple is still technically married. The wife stays in the marital home, and the husband is responsible for her expenses. This is a crucial cooling-off period. The wisdom here is profound. Living under the same roof, but in a state of separation, gives them time to think. The raw anger that may have fueled the decision can subside. They might remember the good times they had. They might see the impact of their separation on their children. During this, the husband can revoke the divorce simply by resuming marital relations or by a clear statement. It's another chance, another open door to go back and try again. This process prioritizes reconciliation at every single stage, ensuring that divorce is never a rash, impulsive decision made in a moment of anger. It's a measured process, designed to save the marriage if at all possible. Not all divorces in Islam are the same. Understanding the different types helps us see the fairness embedded in the system. The most commonly known form is which is the divorce initiated by the husband. As we discussed, this is not a single final event. The husband can pronounce the first, and if he doesn't revoke it during the jaimed or waiting period, the divorce becomes final, but they can still remarry with a new contract. He can do this a second time with the same process. However, the third time he pronounces, the divorce becomes irrevocable. They cannot simply get back together. The wife must genuinely marry another man, and then, if that second marriage legitimately ends, she is free to remarry her first husband. This strict rule serves as a powerful deterrent against using carelessly. But what about the wife? Does she have a say? Absolutely. Islam is not a one-sided system. A wife has the right to seek a divorce through a process called. This is when the wife initiates the separation because she can no longer live with her husband. Perhaps he is abusive, neglectful, or she simply has an insurmountable aversion to him and fears she cannot fulfill her duties to Allah as his wife. In this case, she returns the bridal gift, or another agreed-upon compensation to the husband in exchange for her freedom. This is not buying a divorce. It is a just dissolution of the contract. Returning the gift he gave her to enter the marriage ensures a woman is not trapped in a marriage she despises. There is another important avenue for a woman to end a marriage, which is through a judicial annulment called. This is sought through an Islamic judge or a recognized authority. A wife can petition for specific reasons, such as the husband's failure to provide for her financially, his prolonged absence or imprisonment, physical or emotional abuse, or if he has a defect that makes a healthy marital life impossible. This is a critical protection for women. It ensures that if the husband is failing in his core responsibilities or is causing harm, the wife has a legal and religious right to be released from the marriage, even if the husband refuses to grant aid. These different types of divorce show a system built on balance. It gives the man the right to, but with heavy restrictions and chances for reconciliation. It gives the woman the right to, empowering her to leave a marriage she cannot endure. And it provides the judicial protection of when a husband is clearly at fault and refuses to grant a separation. Each path is designed with specific circumstances in mind, ensuring that neither party is left in a state of oppression. The overarching goal is not just to end a marriage, but to do so with justice, dignity, and a clear conscience before Allah. Why does Islam have all these rules around divorce? Why not just make it simple? Because divorce is not a simple matter. It has deep and lasting effects on individuals, on children, and on the fabric of society. The rules are there as a form of protection. By making divorce a slow and deliberate process, Islam protects people from their own worst impulses. We all say things we don't mean when we're angry. These rules prevent a life-altering decision from being made in a fleeting moment of rage. The waiting period, the involvement of arbitrators, These are all safety nets designed to catch a marriage before it falls into a point of no return. It forces responsibility and mindfulness into what could otherwise be a chaotic and destructive process. Furthermore, these rules are designed to protect the dignity of both the man and the woman. The waiting period, or tso, serves multiple purposes. It confirms whether the wife is pregnant, ensuring the paternity of the child is clear, which is a huge issue of justice. It also gives the woman time to grieve the end of her marriage in the privacy and security of her own home, with the husband still financially responsible for her. She is not simply thrown out onto the street. This preserves her honor and gives her a stable transition period. For the man, the process forces him to confront the consequences of his decision and act with accountability rather than recklessness. It's about ending things with excellence and grace. The ultimate wisdom behind these rules is the preservation of society. Strong families create strong communities. When marriages are treated as disposable, the entire social structure weakens. Children suffer the most in unstable environments. The Islamic process, with its strong discouragement of divorce, prioritizes the well-being of children. It pushes parents to try every possible solution before taking the final step. The Prophet, peace be upon him, is reported to have said that the most detestable of all lawful things in the sight of Allah is divorce. This doesn't mean it's forbidden, but it shows how seriously it should be viewed. It is a last resort, not a first option. In today's world, where marriage is often seen as a temporary arrangement, these timeless principles are more important than ever. Following this guidance helps us build healthier families and, by extension, a healthier society. It reminds us that marriage is a serious covenant with Allah, and ending it must be done with fear of Him and with the utmost justice and compassion. The goal is to ensure that if a separation must happen, it happens in a way that minimizes harm, protects the rights of everyone involved, and allows both individuals to move forward with their dignity intact. This is the profound wisdom and mercy embedded in the divine law.